Hello everybody and welcome back to Lucky by Nature. This video I was actually a bit hesitant to do because the last thing I want to do is criticize a good YouTuber. I'm talking about Nooblets. Usually he puts out high quality and very helpful videos. And I don't know, it could be that maybe he's going on little sleep or who knows. Because I mean, I really don't want to believe that he's starting to get tired of doing the Ark thing. But I do owe it to our viewers and our subs to be honest with y'all. I have received several inquiries to look into this because of the high rate of failure using his impregnation trap, I guess you could call it. And at first I honestly didn't know why, you know, you all were coming to me. So I did mention to some of you to contact him for the help since he's the one that did the video. And I received pretty much the same type of answers, which is he basically won't answer. So I decided to go ahead and take a look at this video to see if I could see, you know, why you guys were having the issues that you were having. And well, I did see a few things that he probably could have done a little bit better. But overall, I mean, I think that on this particular video, I think he missed the mark because, and I don't really want to say this way, but I don't know how else to say it. But yeah, I mean, the odds of you actually being successful in this type of situation with this type of trap it would be a little tough. I would say, I mean, honestly, I would say maybe 50-50. I don't know, or even less than that. And there's a few things that he probably forgot to do. Now, a lot of things that were, you know, said to me were that basically the people that are trying to do this, that are trying to get impregnated by with the queen, can't seem to be able to build that trap that he built because you get attacked quite a bit by Reaper queens, and that's understandable. It's always a little tough, but also some of you were successful in building it after several tries, but you can't seem to be able to basically attack the queen due to the fact that you get destroyed once you sit down on the catapult. And you don't understand why that's happening because on his video it seems so easy and he didn't get attacked and you know, or anything. And I will explain to you why that is. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but like I said, I'm going to be honest with you. So let's go ahead and get started from the beginning. So the first thing he does is basically show you where to go get these Reaper Queens. And this is right. This area that he has circled is correct. The only thing that I could say about that is I probably would have added another circle over here. But you know, that's not a big deal. That's nor here nor there. I mean, either place is fine. So next thing he does is he shows you where he's at, right next to his trap. And as you can see, look everywhere around. See if anything looks familiar. Now that's where I'm at right now. This is exactly where he was standing. I know this map like the back of my hand now. So, and basically he built his trap right over here, all right here, and I mean, it's a beautiful trap, I must say. But the way you can tell is, you know, on his video you can see all these things, so that way you know that I'm exactly where he was. And what ended up happening is he ran this way, and now we're getting bothered by Nameless, which that will happen right here. But once you clear them out, you usually go a pretty long time without getting bothered by anything, pretty much. But anyway, so now let's take a look at where he was at when the Reaper Queen appeared. And this is a picture of his, that was on his video when the Reaper Queen appeared. And she did appear all of a sudden, which that's not usually what happens. So I can tell you that somebody is hiding over there where those crystals are, and they spawned it, and they're probably under Leave Me Alone, so that way it would concentrate on Nooblets instead of them. But now let's go ahead and head over that way so I can show this to you. So this is the way he went. He went this way, and there's the crystals right there. And there will be, right next to those crystals. So anyways, the only thing I can tell you about this is that the reason he didn't get bothered at all and he was able to sit there is because this area right here, no Reaper Queens ever spawn in this area. This area is actually right by the spine, and as I had told you guys before on the video that shows you how to get down to the Drake Trench, no Reaper Queens actually spawn anywhere in this area. Now you will get a lot of nameless throughout here, and of course you don't want them to just sit around in the area, because then they'll turn into Reaper Kings, or one of them will turn into it, or they'll summon. I don't really know how that works because I haven't really paid it that much attention. All I know is that if you don't kill them and you stay in that area, all of a sudden you have a bunch of Reaper Kings shooting those acid balls at you. But anyways, so that's the reason that he was able to sit there and shoot the Reaper Queen that obviously was spawned, and without being bothered. So now let's go ahead and move on to the actual trap itself. As you can see, his trap is quite elaborate, and it's pretty to look at. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. But here you have way too many doors, and the way he actually did it was actually pretty good, but I mean, more than likely, like I said before, you will have maybe a 50-50 chance if you do manage to get it down to the point where you can actually get her to impregnate you. If you get her to that point, the odds are 50-50 that she might impregnate you, she might not, and that's due to all the doors. And he did mention it on there that you had to be on the other side, but I can tell you without a doubt, because I mean I've been pregnant like 13 times now, and it took a hell of a lot of testing, and so I know basically what you gotta do, and you gotta keep the area clear as best as you can, and whenever you have something between you and her, like that one dino door that he put up, it will happen. I mean, that's just the way it is. If her tail happens to go right through the actual frame, I'm not talking about where the door is, but through the actual frame, the odds are that you will not get impregnated. So that's the problem with having so many pillars and things like that. So you gotta try to simplify it as much as possible. Now, if we take a look at the place where he's sitting, obviously that's not realistic, because you will get attacked. You will get attacked by something. And especially if you're around the areas where the Reaper Queens spawn, you usually won't just have one Reaper Queen. You will have several on you, and other things like Nameless, they will come up to you, and because they're constantly spawning. So the reason that I picked the spot that I picked was because I needed to control which way they came from. And that's pretty much it. So that way nothing will come from behind me. And even then I had to put gates all around us to make sure that we don't get hit into the water, into that pink stuff. But anyways, I do think that all that stuff that he used, obviously that's a lot of resources. That takes a hell of a lot to make, which you know, I mean, it's up to you if you want to spend that kind of time to do it. But I mean, if you're gonna make this trap, all you really need is to add a little security around you, you know, like doors or a perimeter, to make sure that you're safe. And like I said, as far as getting impregnated, it's 50-50. I am working on a new design that I just did today, in fact. Actually, I was working on it when people kept on sending me emails about this. So I'm not quite done just yet. So hopefully I should have that out tomorrow. But that one is going to be the ridiculously easy way to do it, just because it is pretty ridiculous. And I'm also going to be doing some tests that a lot of people have been asking me. But as far as Nooblets, I mean, guys, I mean, I suggest just, you know, give him a pass. I mean, you know, he does come up with some really great videos. Like I said, he does teach people a lot of things. He figures out a lot of things, and you know, like I said, puts out the information. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna basically show you, for those of you that have not been down here, basically what it's like to deal with in the with Reaper Queens in the areas where they actually spawn. So you can see what I'm talking about, because I'm sure eventually you will work your way up there or in there. Alright guys, so we are on the southern area. I don't know why, I think my controller's starting to crap out, but as you can see the all that little white dust all over the place. Right here there's about 3 of them. And this is the main complaint I'm getting, because the people that are finding the spots like this, they get overrun by these queens, and usually they don't have the means to fight them with. And of course, you're certainly not gonna do it with a Drake. But the cool thing about a Drake is that you can go invisible. The only thing that usually bothers you are the Nameless. They seem to know exactly where you're at. But the queens, they don't really bother you. So if you do have a Drake, I suggest you use that. The way that I would go in there, obviously you would need a Reaper King and one of those light pets in order to take on something like that. The most that I've taken on is 5 Reaper Queens at the same time. If you don't have a pet, you're pretty much done. Your Reaper King will die. But I mean, I definitely see, you know, why people were upset about it. But like I said, just, you know, you just gotta adapt and overcome, guys. And but anyways, I'm gonna be working on my new video, and hopefully it'll be easier for you guys. And I will show you basically what to look for to make sure that you don't have to deal with that many Reaper Queens. And even in this situation here, just pick a spot. Don't do it in the middle. You definitely don't want to do it in the middle, because that's where you're gonna run into trouble. Well, that's it for me, guys. So until next time, keep surviving.
My work saved the human race.